Liars, and welcome to the Pretty Little Liars after show here on the Stream.TV Fan Show Network. We are freaking stoked. I have to say that right away. We are celebrating PLL 100, and in the spirit of PLL 100, last week we asked you guys to please tweet us and tell us how you wanted us to celebrate tonight. And we got a flood of ideas, and we really love that. But a lot of people asked us to dress up like the Pretty Little Liars, which we did. So tonight we're gonna look a little bit different, but I'm kind of digging this style, not gonna lie.
You work it.
Thanks, guys. Thanks. I'm loving the feathers. So tonight I am Miss Aria Montgomery, and joining me on the couch are my Pretty Little Liars and co-hosts for tonight's episode. On my left,
hi guys, Ashley Mova, also channeling my inner Emily here. I've got some plaid. Emily loves her plaid, and today I'm loving my plaid too. So I'm excited. Oh my gosh, this episode, they really are living up to this standard that we're all holding them to. I'm so excited to talk about everything.
Yeah, no, for real. And over here on my right,
hey liars, I am Meghan Lamontagne, and today I am all Hanna'd out. I know I'm repping my pink from Hanna previous seasons, but I got my black hair clip on in for new badass Hanna. So, and last but not least.
All right, guys, Stephanie Gray here, and I'm Spencer, if you couldn't tell by my super preppy little bow and my uptight hair and the knee socks. And yes, totally agree about this episode. This might actually be my favorite of all time.
Hands down, this was amazing. Like, oh, I can't, let's just do this.
Like, yeah. Literally, we got overwhelmed before this even started, thinking there are so many things, there's not enough time in a day to talk about all of the different things that happen in this episode.
No, it was unbelievable.
Unreal.
And I know you guys are feeling it too. We're getting Twitter messages like crazy. Right now I want to share a couple. Lauren Scott, hey Lauren, she writes, one word, wow, absolutely speechless and in tears.
Yes, girl.
Yes.
Yep.
And then a dreamer writes, wow, I need to watch PLLAS after that terrifying PLL 100.
Yes,
Thank you so much, you guys, for tuning in. Honestly, keep tweeting us. We're here. We're ready to listen. We are so excited to share this with you guys. The hashtag to tweet is PLLAS for the Pretty Little Liars after show. All right, so you guys, let's get started.
Oh my gosh, let's just start from the beginning and just go down because there's just so much to talk about. Yeah. It's crazy. Okay, so you want to just
yes, please. I can't even contain myself.
So positives. Just starting right off the bat, the very beginning, Alison returning to school.
Yeah.
It was such an epic slow motion scene. Kind of reminded me of Mean Girls. They were all like coming in together as a pack. Yeah, so that was like something that really stood out to me. How did you guys feel about that?
No, definitely.
Loved that. Totally reminded me of Mean Girls as well. Okay, this is, well, you know what, that's gonna come, I've gotta sort my thoughts because there's so much going on right now. That's gonna come up later, but if we're doing chronological order, like a tiny bit before that, didn't we see Jenna without the glasses? And I'm like, that has happened all of like 3 times. So I loved that.
Yeah, that was a huge positive for me when Aria went to visit Jenna.
And she was vulnerable.
And she was crying. She's, first of all, the girl can act. The girl has some serious chops. I genuinely felt bad. I know a lot of people did too. I was getting tweets during the show like, I really feel bad for this girl. She really did a good job of making us like, oh my gosh, like, right?
Yeah, and I love to see Jenna. I'm gonna go ahead and say that Jenna is maybe, if not my favorite character, one of my favorite characters in the show. Her acting is like phenomenal. Like to play someone blind, and it's just so believable. I loved seeing her back, and also a lot of people came back. Obviously, Caleb coming back, that's huge.
Yes, oh my God, big positive.
Big positive. And he looks so good. And oh my God, I'm so glad he's back. And it's just, I'm loving the tension. Like, I'm just loving that it wasn't sparks and love all at once between him and Hanna, because you know they're gonna get back together. Of course. But I'm loving it.
This brings up another thing. Okay, I was tweeting about this, or it was a YouTube comment, one or the other, to some of the fans because they were saying, who's your favorite couple? And I think my favorite couple seems to be whoever has the most tension, in the sense that like Aria and Ezra had all that tension, and then all of a sudden, then all of a sudden they were my favorite couple, and then now Caleb and Hanna have all this tension, and I'm like, they're my favorite couple. Like, they're good at doing that. This whole breakup makeup.
While we're talking about sexual tension,
let's talk about
Take it away, Ashley, because I see you just like,
We literally.
I'm still sweating, like, honestly.
Me too. We were literally cracking up because there was so much sex happening.
I know.
Like, seriously?
Lesbian sex,
What?
straight sex.
Honestly, and it kept going back and forth.
I
Like,
couldn't
what
figure out who was
the
who.
actual F was that? Because literally, you guys,
It was a Pretty Little Liars
it was
orgy.
hot. It was so good. It was pushing the envelope. That is a huge positive for me. They freaking pushed the envelope like so much in this episode,
Yeah.
and part of that was those like really raw hookups. Like,
Aria.
I loved it.
Aria, like, lifting the sheet above her. I'm like, girl, you did not just show your bare back.
Yeah, the
yes,
bare
you
back.
did.
And for a while there, I couldn't even tell whose legs were who. I was like, is this a lesbian
That's
couple?
how you know it's going
Is this
good.
a guy?
Yeah.
And I'm really surprised with the Emerson scene because for a while with the beginning of the season, I didn't think that the producers were going in that direction. But boom.
We called it while it was going on.
Yeah.
As soon as Emily's like, oh, yes, I can sleep over and whatever. We're like,
And actually, I remember a couple weeks ago, somebody had tweeted asking us, do you guys see this happening? And you said, I really don't see this happening. So how did you feel tonight?
Okay, guys.
I just want to know because I was on board with you then too.
I know. Gosh. Well, we can't even go into negatives right now, but just a little taste of it. You know, I still see it being fake. Like, Allie, you're being fake. Stop messing with Emily. Emily, oh, I don't want you to think that your feelings are one-sided. You're lying to yourself and to Emily because you're being so fake. I think it's just a lie.
No, I can agree.
I think it's just a lie.
There was a level of maybe a hint of sincerity. But overall, I do think Alison knows that she needs to play her cards.
Oh, yeah.
And she's doing, I mean, especially at the end when she was trying to get back on Emily's good side and she leaned in.
Yes.
That was a very big indication of
yeah.
what you're kind of saying. It's just that she knows like what she needs to do in order to get people back on her side.
She's manipulating the whole situation, which brings up another positive called the slap in the face.
Yes. Mona, you sneaky little bitch, honestly.
Yeah, awful editing, by the way, Mona. Like, if that was my friend showing me that tape, I'd be like, did you edit this?
Exactly.
Because I can see the cuts.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, Mona is so sneaky. I have to say, no, never mind. Well, that's okay, I'll just go into it. Go for it. I was really, really surprised that it was Mona in the church. I was totally expecting it to be someone else, but I love the fact that Allie foreshadowed that she didn't think that it was Mona following her in the car, that it was someone else. So we're led to believe, we know that it's someone else, but the fact that Mona just bitch slapped the shit out of her.
She did. And Alison came right back.
I know.
She freaking gave that bitch the tea, honestly. Honestly. She gave that bitch the tea. She slapped her across the face, and it was so, like, it was epic. It was good. I know we all saw it in the preview, but I really, really love that because for the first time, we saw who the real bad bitches of Rosewood are. And it really
Mona and
is
Allie, for
Allison
sure.
and Mona.
I know.
So
And they
true.
they really...
I'm wondering, guys, do you think that Mona is connected to the person who's in the car? Did they go there together? Maybe she dropped her off real fast?
No, we know that, okay, so yes, because it was Mona and Sydney and Jenna.
Right,
so I think it was Sydney probably who was driving the car at the church, right?
Because the cars did look similar. They were both black.
Were they different?
At first, I thought Sydney was just this sort of whatever character when she was first introduced. I wasn't really giving her a second thought, mainly because I didn't like her. But now, oh my gosh. It's huge.
We like her. We like her now.
Well, I mean, I don't know if I like her. Stephanie just likes everybody to be
I like her
bad.
because she's bad. I'm like, I'm on board.
Something I loved, like a couple more positives, but something I loved was that how similar she looked to Jenna. Like,
She did.
Yeah.
Yes.
Getting out of the car right then, we were like, wait,
I thought it
are
was
they about
Jenna.
to? Are they about to reveal like a sibling something?
Is this
or
the twin everyone's talking about?
Right,
Like,
yeah,
everyone
it could
keeps
be.
talking
I
about
think
this
so.
twin theory. Is this that theory?
I think so. I think so. Because
Right.
I think they did that on purpose. Because wasn't Sydney wearing sunglasses when she got out of the car?
Yes, and that's what I thought. Like, I thought that was great of them to really. I mean, they're really. This episode was a lot of let me show you who's bad and let me show you who's good and let me show you who's freaking just in the mess of it all. That was a huge positive because people were really showing their true colors.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited about this. I shouldn't say I'm so excited about this divorce because that sounds awful. But the fact that Mrs. Hastings is leaving Mr. Hastings and kind of just said, Melissa and your father lied to me, we are leaving. So now I'm kind of like, that brings up a million questions. Are Toby and Spencer now going to be in a long distance relationship? Is she really going to move? Like,
I mean, she can't move. I mean, Spencer's just an epic part of the show.
She's not going anywhere.
And no, she can't. She can't go anywhere. But I'm loving the fact that the family is being split now, torn, because I feel like they knew so much as a unit, and now we're going to finally start to get answers in the Hastings.
We're going to start getting a lot of answers. I think this was kind of the beginning of it. And you guys, please remember to tweet us. And the hashtag is PLLAS. I know you guys have questions, and I know you guys have a lot of comments. And we're just looking forward to reading your guys' comments about this episode.
For the rest of the week.
Yeah, because so much happened. So PLLAS, follow us on Twitter, tweet us as much as you can. Let us know exactly what you're thinking. All right, so we want to get to you guys as soon as possible because, like I said, we know you have a lot to say. But let's talk a little bit about things that we didn't like about the episode.
Oh man, there was just so much greatness going on.
Yeah.
It's hard to say. Did you?
Okay, I didn't love that scene. Well, when Spencer was having that moment with Allie, right, and they were both talking about like, you know, how it's really hard, whatever. And then meanwhile, I thought Spencer's seemed like she was most concerned with her parents' divorce rather than the fact that her dad is a possible murderer with her sister. Melissa and her dad are possible murderers. So I thought that was a little really interesting.
Yeah.
It's like, come on.
I know, I agree with that. And that kind of goes with the fact that, like, I talked about it a little bit last week, how I know that Spencer is like disappointed, but this is like a huge story developing and every week it gets a little bit closer to discovering that Mr. Hastings and Mr. Hastings and Melissa had something to do with the death. And they're kind of, no one's really reacting the way that you would expect them to, so I would definitely agree with that. It's not such a huge positive for me.
Yeah.
I feel like people should be more shocked, like, come on.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that I don't know, I guess this is a negative because we were all at the end of this show like, oh my gosh, are they going to show us who the guy in the mask is or in the hoodie is? And they like turn around the camera and he almost turns his face and just as we're going to see his face, they cut it.
Like, that would have been epic.
I know.
If they didn't give any clue that they were going to do that and they revealed another person that might be part of the A Army. Because honestly, Ashley, I really thought they were too.
And I was really confused. Someone was leaving the apartment or something and said like, oh, nice to see you home or something.
I know.
I didn't really catch.
And I was like, whose apartment was that? I almost thought it looked like Ezra's apartment.
It just said, he said welcome home like boss or something.
Oh, boss.
Welcome home, boss. Is that what they said?
Who were they in police officer uniforms?
Well, he was getting a feed of saying that a police or a fire, an explosion, or a bomb had been reported.
Wait, guys, light bulb.
Yeah.
Sorry, light bulb. It's the apartment complex. It was the old creepy man.
Wait, well, he was eating pizza.
He was. You mean the homeless man? This homeless man is starting to become like...
the homeless man. He must be the landlord or something. Incognito.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but that's a lot. There's a lot of gray area there. Like I said, it's kind of hard to really say negatives, but there's a lot of gray area there. But that's going to come out soon.
Yeah,
no, definitely.
It was amazing. I thought with that whole explosion at the end of the episode, but there were so many people in the living room that that couldn't have probably have been involved. So that was a huge thing.
So we just want to take a second here, guys. It's someone's very special birthday here. She's one of the producers here at the stream, and we want to just sing. She has sunglasses on.
You guys, this is our hot producer.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Make a wish. Make a wish.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yay. Thank you for being so great.
You have to eat that
and being so on everything all the time.
She even blew out her candle like...
Oh.
She did.
Birthday shots. Just kidding. Okay. No, but yeah, you guys, we're a huge family over here at the Stream Studios. As you can tell, we love each other way too much. So please just continue sending us stuff. We're going to get to your questions really soon. And go wish Lorna a happy birthday on Twitter as well.
Yes, she's the best, you guys. She is so on it.
She takes all of our selfies for us.
Yes.
Our selfies. She takes our selfies for us.
She does. Yeah. Okay, so since there's not a lot of bad stuff to talk about on this episode, let's get to your questions. We want to get to it right away. All right, so Bella Jonas 9 writes, was Toby there when the house exploded? Yeah.
I think he was.
Oh my gosh.
He was.
Wait, this brings up a huge thing that Meghan pointed out, is that everyone who was in that house when they were watching to see who the real girl who is dead is could not have been A. So that lets out a ton of people.
Right, and that's what I said.
Megan pointed that out.
I said, doesn't this kind of give us some relief and clarity? You know, everyone's saying Arya's A, blah, 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 but they had gotten an A text, and then it went to somebody else who was putting his phone away, his or her phone, its phone away. Who the hell knows at this point?
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, someone else could be connected, but the big A, I do not believe was at the house that night.
Can I just point out something else real quick?
I know what you're gonna say.
Oh my gosh, that look.
The look! I didn't get what you guys were freaking out
Caleb
about.
walked in and Alison was like, damn. And I was like, girl, oh no, you're not.
I didn't think
Hannah's
I didn't
voice.
see I didn't
Oh,
think
she
it was
did.
a Wait, I don't think it was a
did.
damn. I thought it was more of a like
We
we have
know
an
each other?
understanding.
Yes.
Oh, really? I thought it was her like looking at him like, I want your
No,
shit.
I can see. I
know that's
let's
what
be
you're
real,
thinking,
I think
Megan.
We all want Caleb's shit, especially with that hairstyle.
I mean,
but I think you can play it both ways. But I also think that the two of them have actually never met, so that might have been like a
that's
this is
true.
awkward.
Okay,
you know?
that could have been it too.
Oh,
It could go a million ways. But I will be so pissed if Alison has had a previous something with Caleb too. Like seriously,
That could totally
Bitch
come
gets
out. It could be
around.
Yeah, she gets around.
All right.
So true.
Kara Lambert writes, "Do you think the new swim girl is A?"
Can I just say, first of all, Kara, that I love that you refer to her as the new swim girl because
That's how
before, at
important
least
she is.
before this episode, she was so unimportant to me.
No,
But
yes.
now she definitely.
But we called that we're like, they're not going to introduce anyone
No.
unless they're going to be important. I remember
Right.
Sinead literally direct quote was like, this girl's about to get real important.
Yeah, because you know that no one is just anybody in Rosewood. You have an agenda, you have a story, you have an addiction, you have a sibling who's a murderer. I mean, everybody is somebody, so I think that we all kind of saw it coming. But I love that they introduced that so quickly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and Marlene King wrote an article saying that they specifically planned this role for that girl, so they've been planning this role
I didn't
for a
know
while.
that.
For a while.
Yeah, so,
so
she
interesting.
does. I do believe she has something to do with it.
Yeah, and they also, I read an article too that Marlene King did, and it was, they were saying how Sydney is going to be significant in Emily and Paige's relationship too. And you could kind of tell today that the two of them were getting, more of an understanding, especially when Alison, like that whole reveal came out at the end that she slapped Mona, and Paige is standing behind Mona like, I told you so, so like I definitely think that we're gonna see that relationship get a little bit stronger. All right, Diamond Dior writes, do you think Allie really likes Emily? Or does she just want power to control Emily? P.S. I love PLLAS.
Oh, we love you. That's a
Diamond
great
Dior.
question.
I have power to control Emily.
Oh,
I
well,
think.
Yeah, when it comes down to it, I know we talked a little bit about it, but when
Yeah.
it comes down to it,
I
we
mean,
know
you guys
Ashley
know my
does.
stance on this.
Yeah.
I think that, Allie's totally playing Emily for a fool, but we saw in this episode that Emily's not really buying it anymore. Like, she backed away from the kiss, so I'm glad that they're really seeing her true colors finally.
Yeah, I'm really excited about this question right now. Logan writes, the Black Widow is back. Did y'all see her? I did.
When?
You guys, right? If this is what, if you and I are thinking of the same thing, right at the end during the little A send off,
Yeah.
when he was in the house, there was a figure in the background with the veil over her head.
Stop.
And I didn't say anything right away because we were all screaming because this is what really happened, you guys, because they announced what the name, let me say it. They announced the name of who was in the grave, right? And we're like, it's Bethany Young. Who the hell is Bethany Young? Stephanie's like in her own world, just like, she's like looking at the TV like, and then out of nowhere she goes, wait, what was the name? It was Bethany Frankel, right? So we all started dying, laughing our asses off, I totally forgot to tell you guys. I did see the Black Widow. Logan, you're right. I saw her. I didn't know if she was like a real thing or if it was supposed to be like a doll, but I'll show you guys later. It happened. She was in the background of A's lair.
I'll
my
watch it
goodness.
again and
I
I'll
didn't see that.
I'll look out for
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Stephanie's great. Your little
Maybe the
comment.
Black Widow is Bethany Frankel.
There you go. Bethany Frankel's bound to turn up sometime, you guys.
No, she's not. That's the best part. She's just so unrelated to anything.
I was just thinking, I was like, Bethany, and I think because that name comes up so much in like pop culture, just like Bethany Frankel, and then I didn't even really realize like who I was talking about.
That is so funny. Yeah, we were laughing so hard. All right, Regina George, love you, girl, writes sexual tension. And freaking tell me about it. I tweeted during the show that I have never felt more single in my sad, pathetic life than when everybody just started going at it, like Girls Gone Wild. Serious.
It was intense. And they call it ABC Family, but man,
that was not for the family.
Avert those children's eyes, man. That would be, woo.
I know. We were all sitting here like sweating, and then of course it had to end with Spencer and Toby in the car. They were like the last couple left that hadn't done anything in this episode.
Ashley goes,
but they had to make sure to get in there.
Ashley's like, so apparently everybody's just gonna do it. You can't leave Spoby out, you know? They had that hot hookup. You know, last time.
Right?
Yeah, they already had their moment.
Yeah, they
So
did.
we weren't that surprised with them, but the other ones, those were intense scenes.
When Ezra lifted Arya on top of the counter,
The shirt thing was like,
sorry, Mom, but that is like seriously one of my like. Anyways,
like
we're just gonna keep going on. You didn't hear it.
Juicy details.
No, seriously, that is like one of like those things that you like look for in movies, like somebody lifting somebody up on a kitchen counter. Is that weird?
I'm like blushing, but I'm too tan, so I'm not blushing. But I'm letting you guys know.
I feel you, girl. I feel you.
I'll blush for you.
No, but seriously, like we were giggling, laughing. It was like.
And the scar action.
And then she lifted
she like
Yeah.
And then she had to lift it again.
Yeah.
Did she do it twice?
She did twice. She didn't want to look at his scar. Let's be real. She was like, oh, I haven't seen these abs in forever. All right, at Mun writes, what was your reaction to Emily rejecting Alison's kiss?
So happy.
Go Emily.
Frankly,
yeah.
Go Emily.
Go
Yeah.
Emily.
So glad.
We're all like, we really don't know about that one. I just because that whole, like, I think that, like, this question's come up like twice, but that whole relationship is just so weird.
But it was great because you could see Emily having that, you know, we have that inner struggle sometimes of we know what, like, we have these feelings, so you want to go with like what our heart's telling us, but our head's telling us no, do not, like, turn down this kiss. So I'm so glad that she listened to her head and not to her heart, because Allie is not good for you, Emily, and I'm so glad that you're realizing that.
Yeah, definitely.
Wait, but they ended up kissing, right?
Yeah,
the first time around.
Oh, okay. I was so
At the
Afterward,
end, yeah.
she
Emily
made
said that's not going to fix this.
Oh, okay.
And I even
Dun, dun,
laughed
dun,
at
dun.
I laughed at that too, because I was just like, this is, you know, that's weird, but I mean, we've all had those moments, you know.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like, babe, I'm sorry, just
Yeah, exactly.
like, that's not gonna work right now.
So true.
All right. Let's see here. At King Ron, love you too, writes, where is Melissa? Where is Melissa?
Where is
Off being
And Mr. Hastings.
sketchy. I don't know where they are, to be honest with you. I feel like they're in some episodes, and then the next week they're not, and they're there and they're not. And gosh, what could they possibly be doing? I mean, they're
Murdering
together.
people.
Right. Murdering people. They're with Bethany Frankel.
no, but really, did they?
This could not be an ongoing joke. You guys.
It is
We need to,
officially
like,
an
lock this
ongoing
up.
joke,
Too good to
Stephanie.
not
I'm
bring it
sorry.
up.
You're not gonna live that one down.
But I was wondering, did Mrs. Hastings really just tell Spencer that, you know, your father and Melissa lied to us and told us they were somewhere, but really, did she say that, like, basically your dad killed? Did he just
and
say
no
it?
one made like that a bigger deal than I think it was.
I think that Mrs. Hastings thinks that, but I think that in true PLL fashion, I would not be surprised if it turns out they didn't kill her.
Exactly, yeah.
Like,
Exactly,
honestly,
yeah.
all signs point to something. And then once they're about to reveal it, we all know better, you guys, that they will like lead us on and on and on until it's going to be like some random person that ended up killing her.
And I think Spencer right now is in denial. And I think maybe that's why she was focusing so much on her parents' divorce, because she just can't wrap her mind around the fact that, you know, her dad could be a killer.
So we'll just avoid it.
Especially because she comes from this perfect family, and now they're going through divorce and murder. Like, that's really intense to go through. So I feel for Spencer.
And thing that's now getting brought up is Hannah's alcohol problem.
Oh,
I love how everyone has their vice, and hers is apparently alcohol. But I liked drunk Hannah.
Yeah, I almost did
thought
my
she was
opening
so
hello
funny.
with, you know, I was going to pretend I was drunk, but then I was like, no.
Too far. Dial it back.
And you know, we were all talking about that scene between Hannah and her mom. Like, that was such a real scene, because I kind of felt like that was coming, because she was like, I am mad at you, but why did you do this? And Hannah said, Caleb's back. And you could see that her mom really felt for her, because Hannah's like, she's never gotten over him, and who would? He's perfect.
I thought that's another thing we were talking about. I thought he looked better with his short hair. I know Ashley's like, guys.
I don't know. Caleb's just not my type. I guess I'm more of like a Travis girl. But
Okay.
Caleb Caleb's cute too, I guess.
And it's like, let me rub your bald head.
That was cute. I thought he was cute.
She was a mess.
Yeah, a mess that we love, honestly.
We love her.
Yeah. At Bridget Delaney writes, do you guys think Lucas's girlfriend from Philly will become important?
I don't really, does he really have a girlfriend, or was that just
Did we ever meet her? Did we end up meeting her?
But we didn't, but I think that kind of makes me, well, now that she asked the question, I think maybe it could, because like now it's going to be a big reveal. Like, oh my gosh, what if she's someone?
What if it's somebody that we know? We're like, there are cities outside of Rosewood that we always visit. You know, it's Philadelphia, it's Ravenswood, it's New York.
What if it's Sydney?
I thought of that, but she already goes to the school. So when Hanna was like, "Oh, I want to meet her," wouldn't they have already met Sydney? So that wouldn't make sense.
No, but
but technically, has anyone really met Sydney except for Emily?
I don't know. That's a good point. Maybe not.
And I mean, like, you know, that's not something you necessarily bring up because Sydney doesn't know Caleb's connection to the girls.
Yeah.
You know.
Right.
So that's something they could have been hiding. But I definitely, Megan, I had the same thought.
We right here, girl. We right here.
All right, at Haley Campbell writes, what do you think of the kiss and then the bathroom fight?
Which kiss and bathroom fight?
The Emily and Hanna, Emily and Alison kiss.
They had a bathroom fight? Oh, they were in the bathroom.
Yeah, they were in the bathroom.
I think that the fact that Emily was the first one that said you went out of your way to lie to us, and then she walked out of the bathroom, kind of showed that she had just like kind of given a part of herself to Alison. That's awkward, but I mean, she kind of finally kind of gave into that, kind of revisited all these really deep feelings, and then the fact that she was the first one to step up and be like, nah, kind of shows that that hurt, that genuine hurt. So yeah, I think that's a great question.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Well, just really quick ways, I was wondering, do you guys think that Hanna and Caleb are going to get back together?
Yeah.
This is on my mind.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Involved with like Travis is a really great guy.
So it's going to be a triangle.
But let me just say, Travis has made his first appearance this season in this episode.
Right.
So they just brought him back just to be like, here he is. Here's what's going on with Hanna. We're going to say goodbye and match back up.
I'm sorry. Once you share a beer with somebody on a swing, you're set for life.
Just forever.
You could just see it. You could see it in their eyes. You could see it in Hanna. There is such a strong connection there that we all love.
It seems like way more chemistry, like as actors, between them than I saw with Hanna and Travis.
Very true.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Even though we love Travis.
It was almost that, like, when you see Hanna and Caleb back together, it's like that first love, that little thing that like really touches you deeply. With Travis, it's like, he's new, he's cute, he's fun, he's sweet, but nothing hits you as hard as that.
Right.
Yeah.
First love.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, so hopefully we got to most of your guys' questions today. There was so much to talk about, but we've really had such a blast with you guys, especially this past week. I mean, there have been some of you that have been with us from the beginning now. I can't believe this is episode 5 of the after show already.
I know.
It's going by, like, I mean, it's incredible, but some of you guys have really been reaching out to us, and we just want to recognize you guys because we talked about last week how we were going to start pointing out fan sites, but we really think that in honor of the 100th episode that we just want to give out a huge shout out just to a couple people who have made us laugh and send each other group texts and screenshots, and it's so great. So Ashley, you just want to quickly say...
Okay, well, we all picked one, but we decided on just to talk about a couple. But Jonathan, I think your Twitter handle is Forever Johnny Boy.
Forever Johnny
Boy. Like, you are always tweeting us through the show, before the show, after the show, and you just have the funniest things today. Literally, we will talk about them together because they are hilarious. So we just wanted to say hello and that we love you, and thank you so much for watching and tweeting us all the time. You are awesome.
Yes, definitely. For me, really quickly, I just want to point out my two faves, my faves liars this week who have brought me so many laughs, and that is Miss Regina George and King Ron. You guys, seriously, I kid you not, I laugh my ass off at home. Like, everywhere I'm looking at your guys' tweets. So funny. You always have the greatest things to say, and I love you both so much.
Well, I'll do one really quick. Riley Schott, you are so cute. You send the best theories, and you just send them one after the other, and I'm trying to keep up with them. Go girl, love you.
They are. You have to like click on a tweet longer thing, and I'm like, wow, that's detailed. Good observations. The Wanted. like the band. Yeah, you're great. You're great. You said you laugh at us, and I'm like, good. Hopefully, or at us, one or the other.
With us, at us.
Yeah.
Same thing.
And that's
So we're happy
honestly,
you're
that's
watching.
just a few. You guys, that's seriously just a few. We talk about you guys all the time because of the things that you say to us and how much support you give us. And even when I tweeted that I was single, I saw somebody was like, "You're never single with your PLL."
Oh my gosh.
I was
love
like,
you
"Oh,
guys.
it's so sweet." But anyways, you guys, please keep on tweeting us because we look forward to it every day. There's so much to talk about. But we're gonna go celebrate Lorna's birthday now, so you guys go wish her a happy birthday, and go on Twitter, send us anything else you have to say about the episode, and we will see you all next Tuesday. Yes?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes, here we
Thank you
go.
guys so much for an awesome PLL 100.
All right. 1, 2, 3.